Today, I would like to take you on a little tour, so to speak, towards the future of our landscape. I want to show you some examples of how technology jumps outside the computer screen and becomes part of the things that we wear, the roads that we drive on. In the beginning, innovation is usually very ungrateful. There's no other way to say it. Because in the beginning, everybody says, not possible, not allowed, why are you doing this? Once it's there in the end, you know what people then say? Wow, and why is it not there before? And so I launched my first idea of smart highways. One day I was sitting in a car on a highway and I looked at these roads. And suddenly it sort of hit me. And I was thinking, like, can we make roads which charge electrical cars when you drive over them? Can we make roads which charge at daytime and glow at night? Can we not make smart street lights which go on when the car is there and go off when nobody is there? I have no idea how to build a highway, but I have a lot of ideas about the future of. So the only way to make this happen is to work together, yes? And by showing these movies and spending 8, 10, 11, 12 months, this is the things we started to build. What I liked a lot is that suddenly people got engaged with their landscape again. They started to explore a bit. And I like this a lot because that triggers me, making different versions of the ideas I just showed you. This is a very famous one in an area where Van Gogh lived, nearby Eindhoven. So a bicycle path through the area where he worked and lived, charging at daytime, glowing at night, linking history, cultural heritage, hinting towards a future which is energy neutral. So it sort of shows that this could be the landscape of the future. This was 2 years ago in China. I love China. I worked there a lot. But here you see that our desire for progress sometimes has side effects that you and I did not even imagine. This is Saturday. From my room, I can see the world around me. And this is on Wednesday and Tuesday, where a city is completely covered with smog, with air pollution. I looked at it, I'm like, wow, I got sad, you know. This is not the life we want to live, you know. Is this what we want? No. So I started to look at that and I'm like, okay, but if Van Gogh has its paint, maybe I have my smog particles. Maybe I can use that to design. And I remember when I was a boy and I was playing with plastic balloons. And when you have a balloon and you polish it, it becomes very good, static. It attracts your hair. And so then we started to realize that, like, what if we would sort of build the largest electronic vacuum cleaner in the world based on that principle, which sucks up dirty air, cleans it, and then spits out the clean air in a sort of bubble, creating the cleanest park in the city. And we launched it. This was 1.5 years ago, where we would say, by making a place where people can smell the future, where they can feel the future, the absence of the pollution, this is Beijing smog. This is the stuff we were sucking up from the skies. It's like hardcore. This is in our lungs right now. And we started to look again at this dirty dust and realized that 42 till 48% out of the smog exists out of carbon. And what happens when you put carbon under high pressure? You get diamonds. Very good. So we decided to compress it for 30 minutes by hand and make smog jewelry out of it. And so by sharing a ring, you donate 1,000 cubic meters of clean air to the city. These kind of projects are about the landscape or about the future of the landscape. And the biggest problem is that people are not aware of it anymore. Yes? Take it for granted. And therefore the politicians don't care anymore, spend less money, and then we have a disaster. And 8 months later we made this. You see Rijksmuseum in the background, where actually the painting is hanging here, where we made waterlight, which shows how high the water level would be in the Netherlands if we stop thinking, stop doing, stop being creative, stop investing. A combination made out of LEDs and mirrors, and then you get something like this. The third night was on Dutch television. 60,000 people came. And that really touched me, is that they did something we should do, I think, much, much more. They were just looking. They were just looking and talking about water, about the danger, the 1953 floods in Zeeland, about the potential, can we harvest energy from water, can we build floatable cities, about the uniqueness of a place where people meet who do not really belong to each other, but they connect in a weird way and then move on again. And I believe that this is what we should do more. Keep looking, keep connecting, keep investing. And if we start doing that, there is still a whole new world to be explored. And you've been doing it for 400 years, yeah? And there will be another 400 years. And I'm really looking forward to see this notion of co-creation, of bringing commercial elements with natural elements, all these things I mentioned, and there's a lot, how you will combine this in the future. And I'll try to be curious, try to invest. And that's the only way to find happiness. Thank you. Thank you.